Mr. President, you won the White House in part because of high inflation. If your tariffs make prices go up...
Excuse me, we haven't asked you to speak yet, please. Okay. Go ahead, please.
You won the White House in part...
Go ahead, please.
Mr. President, you are meeting Prime Minister Modi.
You know, we just can't get enough of talking about you-know-who, because you-know-who was criticizing CNN's Caitlin Collins this weekend. And it just made me wonder, is it just time to ignore you? Is it time to ignore you? Because I feel like the media, if he says... anything. It's like a big deal, and it's like almost breaking news.
And that's why I think I was so disappointed that CNN gave him that platform. I think that was a business decision. I think that CNN has lost so many viewers at this point.
No, but he's the leading contender of the Republican primary. But to go back to the Caitlin Collins thing, anytime Donald Trump attacks you, you wear it as a badge of honor.
Yeah.
Anything he could deny, he would deny. So I watched something else, but
Whatever they charge, we charge. If they don't let us in, we're going to determine a value for that. But overall, it's going to be a very simple system. Whatever they charge, we charge. So nobody can complain. If you build here, you have no tariffs whatsoever. And I think that's what's going to happen. I think our country is going to be flooded with jobs. The jobs will go up tremendously. We're going to have great jobs for everybody.
Senior Counselor for Trade and Manufacturing, Peter Navarro, joins us now. How you doing, Peter?
Jesse, you getting tired of winning, brother?
Not yet. I think we have a couple years to go. What's it like being in the room when Trump shuts down CNN?
It was fun being in that room for a lot of reasons, but mostly because the president made history. This is the day that the complete restructuring of the international trading system began with the fair and reciprocal plan. Jesse, it's really simple. The rest of the world cheats us. They steal our jobs. They steal our factories. They damage our defense industrial base and ultimately steal our national security. President today said, no more. And if you would indulge me, I want to tell you a little story about the problem we face. You take Europe, right? We run a $230 billion trade deficit, much of it in the auto industry. So think about a Cadillac rolling off the assembly line in Lansing, Michigan, going over Bremerhaven and trying to sell into the German markets. A $50,000 car when it starts here. It goes over there, they slap a 10% tariff on us, which is 4 times more than our tariff on them. Then they put the VAT tax on, the value-added tax, which acts just like a tariff. It's another 19%. So by the time the car Cadillac gets there, it's $65,000. We had to sell it at $65,000. A BMW comes off the assembly line in Leipzig, comes over here, right? We slap a modest 2.5% tariff on it. That's about $1,000. So it's up to $51,000. But then the German government rebates their 19% VAT tax, and they're able to sell that BMW for $42,000 versus $65,000 Cadillac. Now, that differential explains why Germany sells us 8 times more cars than we sell them, and that stuff has got to stop. So what the fair and reciprocal plan does is going to look at every country in the EU we run a big trade deficit with. We're going to find out exactly how they're cheating us with both tariffs and what the boss calls non-monetary barriers. And then the Secretary of Commerce, Lutnick, the great Howard Lutnick, and Jameson Greer, the new USTR, who used to work for the great Bob Lighthizer, and Greer is a force of nature. They're going to determine for the president a reciprocal tariff that captures that unfairness, Jesse, and that they're going to put that tariff on, or those folks are going to back down and treat America fair. And this, I mean, it doesn't matter if you're a conservative, liberal, Democrat, Republican. Everybody should embrace the fair and reciprocal plan.
I mean, even Joe Biden could understand that story you told, Peter, and every American president has the opportunity to do it. Why is Donald Trump the only American president to actually do something about it?
There's 2 very simple answers. First, he's a master chess player. He actually understands this. Secondly, what I loved about Donald Trump, and that's why in 2016 I immediately reached out and said, hey, if you need my help, I'm here, is he didn't have to depend on all the corporate money that wants to send our jobs offshore and open up our borders to cheap labor. He was not bought by anybody. So what he is doing is good for America. That's his vision. That's why it took so long. We've sold this country out, Jesse, you know it. We've sold this country out for 40 or 50 years with SHAFTA and NAFTA and letting China into the World Trade Organization. We run $1 trillion deficit every year in the trade deficit, and that money's then used to buy our factories, to buy our land, to buy our real estate, to buy our farms and all that stuff. And Donald Trump says that's not going to happen anymore. So fair trade, the fair reciprocal plan, and the tariff word is a beautiful thing. Reciprocal tariffs, as the president said today, is very beautiful. And before I leave, I want to go ahead.
No. I was going to say it's beautiful politically because Democrats can get on board too.
Yeah. Look, this is not a right or left thing, a Democrat, Republican. It's an American thing. If you love America, then you want jobs here and factories here and a strong defense industrial base so you'll be safe, secure, and prosperous. And you know what, Jesse? That's what we had in the first term.
All right. Making America great again. Peter Navarro, thank you so much. Great to see you back.